Hi Gemini, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. I'm Carol, and this is going to be your mid-month July 2024 reading. And so we're going to start off with a check-in, and we're going to look at what situation you're sitting with, whether it's an issue, a decision you have to make, a struggle, could be a pattern showing up in your life. So we're going to identify that in part one, and then in part two, I'm going to look at what is driving this in your life. And so we're going to look at kind of the cause of it and what's having an impact on this. And it's going to be coming from your shadow. And so we're going to be doing a little bit of shadow work in part two. If you're unfamiliar with those two terms, shadow or shadow work, it's all about healing your stuff. This is a healing channel. And so I have left a video in the description box for you called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work. And it really is a good video on facing your own shadow. It's taken from my other channel called Carol Cares. And it's a compilation of everything I have done on my own intensive journey that I've been on for the last 7 years and will continue to be on. Because, you know, we're always healing, we're always growing, and I have complex trauma. So I've had to work through a hell of a lot of my own shadow just to try to heal. And so that's going to give you some really good information on how to heal this. And then I'm going to ask for some guidance from the tarot. So I want to start off with using the Tarot Grand Luxe deck that I've just recently purchased and I really like. And then we're going to clarify that with the Rider-Waite deck. So let's start off. I did shuffle these before I came on. So this is a bit stiff right now. So I'm just going to kind of play around with it right now before I do. Just want to say something to you. If you are new to my channel, I want to welcome you. This is an 8-month-old channel, so it's young. And I'm excited when I get new people on there. So let me know if you're new down below, if this resonated for you, with you. And if you have subscribed already, thank you for coming back and listening to my videos. It means a lot to me. And I also have some really good news. Some of you have been emailing me about personal readings. And, you know, I wasn't ready to do it because I had to set up my channel and, you know, get this going. And so now I'm ready, almost. So I'm hoping in a week and a half or so, once I get all these readings up and everything, I want you to look for a video that's going to come out. And it's going to give you a link and tell you about some readings that I'm offering. And there's also going to be a discount for my subscribers as well. So I'll let you know all about that, and the discount will probably only apply for about a couple of weeks, and then it'll go back to regular pricing. But yeah, there'll be a selection of readings you can pick from, and most of the readings I've done on this channel already. So let's begin. Gemini, I want to ask for what situation, issue, decision, struggle, pattern you're dealing with right now. And I'm going to ask for one card from this lovely deck. Judgment came out in reverse, exact same card that came out for Taurus. The reading I just did. Interesting. And it flipped out. So upside down. Interesting. Sometimes I do get the same themes going on when I do my readings, which is interesting too. So what's coming up from Gemini's Taurus? Now I'm going to say Taurus all the time. What's coming up from Gemini's shadow that is related to, or sorry, that's driving this Judgment card here that needs healing? Not sure. It's still thinking about it. Woo! It said, oh yeah? Oh yeah? Wow. Okay, so we have the wands. The 7 of Wands. This is coming up from your shadow. It's funny. I'm looking at this going, this is the Joker card. It's on the other side. The Strength. The Strength card. And the Knight of Cups. Like I said, it's a new deck, so cut me some slack. All right. What guidance does the tarot have for you right now? Well, you have the Queen of Wands as guidance. Beautiful Queen to guide us. All right, let's go to our Rider-Waite deck and ask for some clarifiers for these beautiful, gorgeous cards here. I love them. Okay, Judgment card. Can I have some 2, 3 clarifiers for my Judgment card, please? I'll see if there's one more here. Yeah, wow. I see the situation you're sitting in here. Okay, so I have 3 at top, so I'm going to pull a card for each one. So can I have a clarifier for the Wands here? 7 of Wands. I will tell you the cards under the Judgment. I forgot to tell you them. Did that in one reading as well, another reading. It's like I know what they are, but I don't have to tell my listener, because that's not important. Okay, I got this one. I'll tell you all of them in a minute. Strength card, and then one for this Knight of Cups here. Nine of Wands, okay. And I might as well just do the Queen of Wands, and then I'll go and tell you all the cards. Do it all at once. Okay, the Queen of Wands. There's one card, and I think that's good for that. Okay. Let's go and look at what we have for Judgment. You have the 9 of Wands in reverse, the Emperor card in reverse. You have the 7 of Swords in your shadow. You have underneath the 7 of Wands, you have the 2 of Wands. Underneath the Strength card, you have the 7 of Pentacles. And underneath the Knight of Cups, you have the 9 of Wands. The Queen of Wands is for your advice from the tarot. And under that, you have the Strength card in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so let's begin. Wow, you're sitting in a tough spot here. So what are you sitting with? Well, your Judgment. You're sitting with the Judgment card in reverse. And this is a major arcana card. So it's not like something, it's not... the minor arcana talked about your daily activities. The major talk about these universal forces that are coming at you, kind of like, and you're feeling them. You're feeling these forces coming at you. And this one you're feeling, and if you look at it in upright position, you have an angel here that's calling these people, and they're following the call. And so I'm wondering if you're feeling there's a call. You're feeling something. You're feeling something. There's a call to do something. There's a nudge to do something. And it's always an intuitive call. You have to be very careful, because a lot of times we have a hard time getting in touch with our intuition. Our intuition is our inner guidance. And we have to learn to listen to that, and I've had to myself. And if it's really loud and it's really desperate, it's not your intuition, it's your ego. So you're gonna, this could be something that you've been feeling for a while, that it's come up quietly, whispered to you, and it's kind of, died down a bit, come up again. It's dive down. That's your intuition. So you're feeling a call here. You're feeling something, an intuitive call to do something. And it's a general reading, but you know you need to do something. And it's really, you've been really up in your head with this. This Nine of Swords card talks about swords. It's a sword energy. And swords are our mental thoughts, right? So you're spinning. I mean, you're trying to stop your head from spinning with this thing that you know is really, maybe it's gotten really stronger. I mean, your intuitive nudge can get stronger over time. And so it's really, you're really up in your head with this and spinning about this. And the Emperor card comes in here. Very interesting behind this. Because the Emperor, who's in reverse right now, this is like this another major arcana card here. So you've got these two big forces here that are going on in your life right now, which is, it's heavy. And the Emperor speaks about, it's often called the Father card. It's the masculine energy, not male, but the masculine energy. And that's that energy that says, you shouldn't do this, or, not allowed to do this, or makes up the rules. And so you're hearing in your head that there's this call, and you're spinning in your head. The ego keeps us really spinning in our head a lot. And you're spinning in your head about, you're hearing all these messages like, who do you think you are? You can't do this. You won't be able to do this. You're stupid to do this. So I don't know what messages you're hearing, but that's your ego. That's the masculine side of us, and that's the ego that will, all these messages that you were told, when you were younger about, let's say you wanted to do something when you were younger and you were told different things, you're going to start hearing them now with the Emperor card. So, start to listen to these messages. What are these messages that you've been hearing? And you're feeling incredibly, incredibly tied up. You are feeling like you see no way out of this. So what a horrible position to be in. You need to go in this certain direction of whatever it is you want to do. You're feeling like you need to do. This is what your intuitive call is saying. And your head's spinning. You're hearing all these messages in your head. And you're seeing absolutely no way out. So you're very much in your head right now. You are living in your head. And I'm going to say, I want you to think of yourself as, what about your body? What about the body? That's all I'm going to say. I don't know what's coming yet, but this is where you're living, right here in your head with all this mind spinning going on. It's a terrible place to be. So why are you having such a difficult time with this decision or this thing that you need to do? Well, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into your shadow. And this is, coming from your childhood. And, this is going to explain all of this. So the first card that comes out is the Seven of Wands. And it tells me that this is a card when you were younger that you were not supported. You were not validated, particularly when it came to things that you wanted to do. Very much alone. This is a card that's very much alone. And you kind of dealt with things on your own. You learned, you had no choice, that you dealt with things on your own because there wasn't the support here. And and the Two of Wands comes here right underneath it. The Two of Wands speaks to us about when we, getting this nudge when we're going to do something, we start to get this nudge. And so when you were younger, when you started to feel like you wanted to do something, or you felt like you wanted to do something, you weren't supported. And, you could be feeling, I'm going to say, a lot of anxiety right now because this is coming up for you. And here's the Strength card. And the Strength card talks about us having this talks about having the inner strength to go inwards and to try to find that answer within ourselves. But you didn't have that. We were all born with intuition. We all have it in us. We were born with it. And when we were younger, we all were very intuitive. But it tells me that intuitive strength, to go inwards and try to find out your answers, it was like you gave up. There was just so much going on in your life and no validation and no support that you really did give up. And that's where you've lost your intuition here. You've lost your sense of your intuition, of going inwards and finding out your answers when you were younger, because you had no support and you were left on. Nobody taught you anything. Nobody supported you. And then your Knight of Cups comes in here. Here's this Knight. This Knight is an adolescent part of us. Knights want freedom. And so there's a real part of you that's sitting in your shadow that wants freedom. And the Cups are all about relationships and being able to love and being able to have authentic relationships. And so there's this part of you that wants this freedom to be able to have authentic relationship with yourself, finding out who you are. Because this Nine of Wands behind me says, this talks about all your battles here that you went through when you were younger. So I'm seeing here that you came from a very traumatic, very troubled, chaotic, dysfunctional, whatever word you want to call it, childhood, where you were not supported. And so when it comes time for you, I want you to picture yourself as a child or maybe an adolescent trying to make a decision for yourself as a child in a very chaotic situation where there was no support for you. And you can imagine that level of fear, that level of anxiety in your system as a child. But now you're an adult and you're being called to do this in your life. You're being called to make this decision to do this in your life. Well, what do you think it's bringing up? It's bringing up these fears and this anxiety of yours that when you were a child. And that's what's going on here. And as an adult, we are able now to make our own decisions. We couldn't when we were a child, but you can make it now. But we're getting triggered by all of this stuff that's sitting in your shadow. And so there's some real healing here of this child, this part of you that needs to heal this lack of support that you didn't get when you were younger, that needs to heal this not knowing how to reach your intuition, not knowing how to reach your inner guidance, the strength here to go inwards to find out what you really need to do, and if this is really your intuition telling you to do this. And so what guidance from the tarot do we have here? Well, no surprise that you have the Queen of Wands. The Queen is the feminine aspect of herself. She's the one that is very much, especially if she's the wand, she's very much guided by her emotions, and she's very much guided by, as a wand, she's very much guided by her creativity and her authenticity, getting back to who she really is. But she does it from her body. She lives from her body. Do you remember at the beginning, and I said this without even looking what was here, and that's how I read my cards. I'm not always sure what's coming up, but my cards talked about how you are very much in your head right now. Well, the universe says, okay, we're going to switch this all. We're going back into our body now. The universe wants you to go back into your body because that's where the Queen lives. And the universe wants you to take on these qualities of the Queen. She lives from the body, and that's how she finds out who she is and what steps she needs to take for herself, what creative steps she needs to do to put herself first. And The universe wants you to realize that, you know, you thought as a young child. Here's your strength card. We talked about your strength card when you were younger and how that got shut right down. You gave up when you were younger, right? Those two cards went together. You gave up. Here's the strength card again. The universe is telling you, reminding you, giving you this strength card again, saying, you know, right now, you think you don't have this strength, but you can turn this around now. You are an adult. You can do this inward journey now. You can go inwards. You couldn't when you were younger to find that inner guidance. You can do it now. It's about getting back in your body and going inwards. Here's the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. You have, I don't make this up. I just noticed it. Though, you have two queens for your guidance from the tarot. And the Queen, like I said, is the feminine aspect of herself. And the Queen of Pentacles is all about the pentacle. She is all about getting back into your body. Because the pentacle is the body, right? How it's what we experience everything in our life. It's about getting back into your body and starting to getting in touch with your intuition. And that's your inner guidance. And you have the strength to do it. I am going to recommend for you, Gemini. It's a beautiful reading. I loved how it all kind of just worked out beautifully. Sometimes it does, and sometimes this one was just flowed. And I'm going to give you a video on grounding. There are two of them. It's a playlist. And they're from my other channel, Carol Cares. I take you out into my backyard and I show you how I ground myself. I show you how to ground your mind, because you need to ground your mind. And then I show you how to ground into your body and learn what it feels like to be in your body. We don't like to be in our body. Most of us live in our head because our body is where we have to feel all this stuff that we've shoved away, all our trauma, all our memories, everything. Excuse me, our emotions. And we don't want to go there. But you have the strength. The universe keeps giving it to you again. You know, you have the strength. So, and I'll leave you with your July 2024 reading as well. Take care, Gemini, and I'll talk to you in August. Bye.